lovely. I'm going to take you through the history of the violin bow from its early beginnings around 1500 to the present day. At its simplest, a bow is simply a twig held tight under tension, and this shape clearly shows you its origins from hunting, a bow and arrow. And this is the sort of shaped bow that you would see in Renaissance paintings of angels playing early violins or its precursor, the rebec. Even with this one I made earlier, it does make a noise. So this is my earliest bow. It's a copy of a bow from around 1600, and as you can see, it's going to be pretty useless unless something makes the hair tight. And that something is a little piece of wood which we call a frog. And the name of the frog comes from not the animal, but the part of a horse's hoof in the middle, which is that very similar shape. So the frog clips into the hair, like this, and off we go. This is a sort of bow I would use for Monteverdi. So this is my next bow. It's a copy of a bow from the Ashmolean Museum, and we've got a bit of technology here now. It's longer than the twig, but it's also got a screw for tightening and loosening the hairs of the bow without doing the clipping of the frog. And it's the sort of bow I'd use for playing Purcell or Lully. Over the next 50 or so years, bows are just getting longer and longer. This bow has fluting, which strengthens the wood without giving it extra weight. And there was often a distinction between short dance bows and longer sonata bows. Through the latter part of the 18th century, there's a big change in how the bow looks. As you can see, it's got a concave shape now rather than the convex. The head is not that beautiful pike's head anymore, but more like a hammerhead. And this has the effect of making the tension on the bow hair even all the way along. And this reflects a change in the style in music, wanting a much more singing and even style of playing. Going from an open frog to the hair being held tightly in a band by a metal ferrule, and the sort of ornamentation that you get on the end of a frog, which adds to the weight at the heel of the bow. And it was standardised by the bowmaker Taut by about 1780, and that is effectively the shape of bow that has lasted since then and hasn't changed for the last 200 years.
Please.